Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm your host, Colors Fade. This is the definitive edition and this is episode 15. We are right outside this cave. Right here in the southeastern portion of the Reaper's Coast. Bingo. 14,000 experience. Update to the journaling vault Brachus Rex. So this is Trompdoy's cave, and this is also happens to be where you get well, I'll let you see. Can't go through that way. Can't get through that shield.
Oh, look at you. Tell me, do you always slink around with the air of a child caught drawing naughty pictures in church? What are you so afraid of, lad? Daddy's bell? Or is it Daddy's...
Wait and let him finish.
pecker?
Oh my. Leave this fool be. No. Ignore his childish comment and tell him you know there's a treasure buried here. Demand he tell you where it is.
Oh, I really don't feel like chatting now. Why don't you go home to your wife and kids? Maybe follow your grease trail back here another day. Give them my regards.
Leave this fool be.
Until we meet again.
Trompdoy. And here's his little chuckling joke. Oh ha 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 ha.
Gone tomorrow.
An illusion.
Life's a dream.
This fellow must be quite proud of himself.
Fortunately,
Clever.
just walk across it and not touch any more of those things. Oh, let's head on over this way.
Didn't I tell you to leave? Wasn't I clear that you're not welcome here? You can't teach a fool anything.
And here it comes. Fighty fighty. There goes all my magic armor. In one shot, everybody's magic armor pretty much gone. I hate that. Alright, what do we have here? Trompdoy with a little bit of physical armor, Trompdoy with a little bit more physical armor, and Trompdoy with a whole lot of physical armor. Alright. What I'd really like to do, what I should have done before I even started this, is this. But this is the best I can do. So, backlash. Really? Target's too far? Alright, I'm gonna have to adrenaline. Stabby, stabby. And then I'm gonna just try and knock his butt down. I have one weapon. There it is. Sucker punch. Okay, he's taken care of. Losa. That guy up there has 49. Okay. 49 physical armor. Dealing the power infusion. She needs her magic regeneration capabilities. I might not even get through this because I don't have those. Can I knock him down? Yep. Good. Frozen. Bummer. Not good. Okay, Red. He doesn't have a lot of magical armor, so let's see if we can do him that way. Hard for him to get over here. Do I want to waste adrenaline this turn? There we go. That's what I want. Alright, Fane. This guy's up again. So one to put the other dagger on. And then I'm going to knock him down. There we go, like that. Frost grenade. Not using the frosty things. Losa. Let's see. Oh, I'd rather be up there. I don't have Phoenix Dive yet. Rats. Okay, can I summon my cat up there? I can. What do we have here? He has no physical armor. I'm going to shackle him. Kitty Cat says, I'm going to attack, and then I'm going to swap places with my master. Red's like, I'm just gonna kill this guy. Oh, that just about did it. Because he's a level 5 Trompdoy, that's why. Who's this guy up here? That one's got magic armor, and that one has a bunch of magic armor. Alright, in that case. Oh, he retreated. Dang, damn it. Fane, can you kill this guy? Or can you come close? Yeah, you can kill him. Alright. Stabby, stabby. I don't think there's anything in the ornate chest. Yeah. Poor idiot, he says.
Poor idiot. That wasn't even easy.
Make your wisecracks. Trompdoy the Joker. Trompdoy thinks he's so funny. Vines down here to this box, but I'm gonna do it this way. I don't think I need to go down there to get that box. Is there anything there? Arrow shaft. Right. Paintings. Always take the paintings. That leads into a room. Pantaloons. Send me. Oh, cool. There's a book here, the Crafting Bible. Read that. Bunch of new recipes, 4 of them. Painting. These things, I think, are worth a little bit of money. Pick up and add to wares. Let's find out. They're worth 45 gold a piece. What are these? 50 gold for the fork? Kidding me? Empty cup worth. Nothing. Alright, I should have just left that, but that's alright. Painting. Nothing in there. It's a blank door.
You come to find. You come to search. But you won't find the way. A pity.
Suggests that if it helps you, it just might.
I cannot help you. I only give the questions. I do not answer them. Brachus has willed it. Trompdoy must abide. You have met the unfortunate guardian of this vault.
Say yes. Yes, you have.
Fate has been unkind to Trompdoy, and so has Brachus Rex. Do you wish to move forward?
Yes.
Listen closely and make your attempt. Brachus is a bloody, rotten, thieving, very, very awful fellow. Some even call him a cur. A cur is...
So the key to this little puzzle is the lettering. Brachus, bloody, rotten. A, thieving. C, very, very. U, awful. So a cur. A cur is very, very. Let's see. C, B for bloody, R for rotten, A for thieving, C for very. So it's very, and the U is awful. So it's very awful, rotten.
Either you're very good at guessing or the slightest bit clever. Let's find out for certain. Listen closely and make your attempt. Source is a scourge, a devil, a misery, a blight, a hex, a curse. And yet, the cure is...
See, the C over here is the hex, so it starts with hex. A hex, a misery, a blight, a curse.
Perhaps you're not totally incapable after all. Or maybe Trompdoy told you the answers. Is that it? Is he hoping you'll... It doesn't matter in any case. The path is open. Go freely.
Say you'd like to ask some further questions.
I know little, but you have proven yourself a knowing traveler. I will answer what I can.
Ask what he meant when he said Trompdoy was kept here by Brachus Rex.
Brachus Rex has charged him, tried him, convicted and punished him. I know not the crime, but he has been sentenced to remain in this vault for all time and to prevent others from entering. Trompdoy was and is a creative man. He knew petty magic in his day, but this he has used to carve this place out from a simple vault, myself included.
Refer to his second riddle and ask what he meant by the cure to source.
Brachus Rex discovered the way. This he researched here, upon this isle. He could remove the source from any creature or individual. I saw the stars he used myself. They were most impressive.
We're ready to move through. Alright, now things are gonna get hairy. You are better off in this fight starting off with the crossbow. The Red Prince. What are you using? You're using the water one? That's probably good. Okay. Alright, folks. Let's do it. I'm trying to do a little bit of pre-positioning here. Alrighty.
Time.
This is important. This Trompdoy over here is level 6 and he's cursed. He's the one you have to kill. Everybody else here is just a distraction. A complete and total distraction. So, I'm going to do... Let's see. I'm going to shoot this fireball. I might even haste the Red Prince. We'll see. There he is. Right there. Alright. I'm going to play dead for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna play dead. I gotta play him. These guys are all pains in the butts. But if you can keep him distracted for a little while. Red. What do I want you to do? Because what I need you to do is get that guy over here. I think I'm just going to shoot this. Oh, do I really want to do that that way? Nope, I'm going to do it this way. Put him right over there. Then I'm going to use... I'm going to use this. Where's he at? Trompdoy. This cursed one still needs 34 points taken off of him. Yeah, now I'll be able to petrify him. That's not the cursed one. No. Crippled me. Alright. You, unfortunately, aren't a big help here. I got a choice to make. He's crippled, but Trompdoy is the one who needs to die here as soon as possible. So what do I want to do? I'm gonna restore restoration on him because he's undead, and this will hurt him, and it will do it for a couple turns. So that's gonna hurt a little bit. Bring out my cat. I'm gonna try to heal the prince. Kitty. Oh, you missed. And he's gonna leave. Gosh dang nabbit. Ugh, that sucks. That really hurts. It's hard to kill him when he's that far away. Dang it. Oh, and now he's got my guy way over there. Oh, this bites. This whole thing went wrong. This whole thing went wrong. Where is he? Where's the real Trompdoy? Cursed regenerating. Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh. Well, that was good. Can we knock him down?
I'm ready.
Yeah. Jesus. So close. Can we finish him off? Target is too far. Okay. Make him invisible. Losa, can you kill it by doing this? Can you kill it by doing this? That'd be great if you could. And then give your guy the farsighted. And then heal yourself. Nobody needs to die. Yes! Awesome. Okay, something just dropped on me. That was. That was fabulous. That is never gone so well for me. Awesome. Rupture tendons. Okay, I already have that. Nobody else is going to use it, but I like this small masterwork rune. A big, huge axe. Let's identify that thing. That had some nice stats on it. Let's identify these. Sneaking, intelligence, air resistance. Send him the red for now. This is Trompdoy's hatchet. Send that to Ifan. Band Brachus Rex. Send that to E4.
As you pick up the ring, you feel a cold, dark pain shoot up your arm. Your mind itches. You don't hear, but feel a whisper in your ear. It tells you to slip the ring onto your finger.
Don't do it. We're not gonna do it. And a Geomancer ring. Oh, these are some nice loot here. Okay, who needs the Geomancer the most? He's got 2. He's got 1. He's got none. She's got 2. It'd probably be a good idea for her to wear it then. For right now. And these boots. She doesn't even have any boots. What do you have for boots? Oh, for crying out loud, you're wearing those. And the only thing I really want to see after that is damage. He's doing 35 to 40 with the two-hander. But if we give him this and this, he still doesn't do as much damage. And if we give him this, it's a one-hander. So that doesn't do as much damage either. So we're better off. We're still better off with that two-hander. Okay. Great. Alright, folks. Ready for the next part of this. Form up Voltron. Oh, we're gonna make a level. We're gonna be level 7. This will be great. Hey, looky Leo.
That's plenty.
That's plenty, okay. Necromancer Rask's Soul Jar.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient, but is in surprisingly good condition. It's covered in pictograms that you can't understand, but you're sure you just saw one of them move. The pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their backs on you, casting you out into the wilderness. As you roam, the human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. Brachus Rex. He promises power for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you got was shackles. You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong. Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your skin prickling. In the back of your mind, you hear a small, scared voice whimper before fading to nothing.
Into the backpack.
Good find.
The long-dead lizard's visions fade.
He committed his crimes out of pain, not malice. He ought to be forgiven.
I can't help but sympathize with him. He just wanted to go home.
One can't help but have a bit of sympathy. Who wouldn't want to return to their home?
What he did shames his people.
Let's see, we got all these soul jars in here we gotta grab. They all have a story, but I want to get all the loot first. Loot, 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 and unidentified gloves. Oh, and they have restoration. Those would go very nicely for somebody. There's also Heart of the Tyrant. This is the chest armor for the Tyrant
Lucky
set.
find.
You made it all this way.
Agree that you did, but it's no thanks to him.
I'm sorry.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a quiet sob.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Brachus bound me here to protect his vault. He has my soul in that jar just there, and I can't leave without it. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die.
Agree to help him break his soul jar.
Really? You would?
He drops to his knees before you and grabs onto your feet with both hands, head hanging.
Thank you.
Hey! Alright, so a pair of pants with wits on them and perseverance. The chest piece, which is for someone with intelligence, has constitution and poison resistance, so that's one of my mages. The razor, which is a really nice backstabby for or the provoker. So many good choices. I'm either going to go with the razor or Casper's coat. Yeah, the razor. Alright. Alright, so we took care of that. Now we gotta grab all the rest of these things. This is really nice. There's this Supernova skill book, but we already bought it. A painting. More importantly, a purging wand.
Look at that wand. It hums with inner source.
Alright, let's grab everybody else's soul jars here.
The soul jar stands on its plinth, glowing softly. From within, you can almost hear the whisper of a voice. You see, or rather, you feel a far-off land. Frozen breath hangs in the air, pine needles brush your cheeks, and in your arms you can feel a weight. A body, dead. But you have hope. Your vision swims. You're older, but perhaps not wiser. You march at the head of a shambling host, the enemies of Brachus Rex melting before you. The scene twists again. Now Brachus stands before you, a beautiful woman at his side. You lash out in treasonous rage, but cold arms bind you. You're sealed away in a tower. Your screams fill the darkness. You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still in the vault. Your hand falls from the jar and grips the pillar as you try to calm your ragged breathing.
Backpack.
Nice.
The necromancer's memories fade to black, but the feelings remain.
We're better off without vile necromancers like that.
They may have been a necromancer, but they did not feel evil. Misguided, perhaps.
No one deserves the fear and pain I felt in that vision. Not even a necromancer.
One must wonder how many more lives they took. How much misery the scum caused.
I'm with you, boss.
This jar glitters and glows. From within, you think you can make out the distant sound of laughter. With a jerk, your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking us all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavishly serving food and drink. The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarf's eyes. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before she can escape. As she's dragged away to a tower, you hear her cursing Brachus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar, your head swimming. You can feel the dwarf's cold terror still twisting in your gut.
Backpack.
Nice.
The vision fades.
I can do little but condemn that necromancer's cowardice and greed.
She must have been acting against Brachus Rex for him to have come for her like that.
Honestly, making the dead do menial work sounds kinder than having the living do it.
Oh man, Fane is awesome.
Being locked in a tower was more kindness than any necromancer deserves.
And the last one. This is where things get interesting. Gratiana's soul jar, the lady at the statue at Amadia's refuge.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime, its paint chipped away, and its jewels long stolen. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name Gratiana. As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor, silks, fine food, and decadent lechery. But underneath it all lies bone and blood. The vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes in your skull. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Bracchus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Lucky find.
The terrible vision fades.
No one is beyond forgiveness. Whatever her sins, she can always redeem herself.
Gratiana's life was selfish and hedonistic. No mercy.
Whatever a person may have done in life, they can always be redeemed.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
Alright, so that's where we're at. All the gold piles are empty. Now, before we leave, we have to go over here because this is really important.
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere act of vandalism.
There's something strange about this statue. Look it over with great care.
As you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms. Unable to resist, you're flown away into an endless dark.
That shrine seems to have brought me here. What is this place?
Where are we? This is horrific!
The ethereal figure before you raises the visor of his highly polished helm. Beneath it, his handsome face is weary, yet his eyes burn fierce and bright. He glowers at you with disgust.
You pray not at my shrines. Can't say I'm surprised. You, my most wayward cub.
He spits over his shoulder, folding thick arms across his steel-bound chest.
You don't recall me, do you? I am Ralik, prime among the seven, and father of all humans. Father of you. I preferred you as a child, pious and devout, remember? I called you to follow me, and so you did.
Turn your back. Ralik called you to an order you want no more part of.
Ralik gazes at your upright form, a contemptuous frown creasing his face.
Look at you now. My child, a killer for hire. You can't hide. I see the dead who whisper your name as they pass the threshold of the halls of echoes. And who's to blame?
Blame Lucian.
I hold anger towards the divine myself. I could tell you stories about Lucian that would turn your muzzle white, little wolf. Yet you choose to follow him. Lucian didn't make you into a mercenary, but nor did Lucian make you refuse to kill that elf in Fort Joy. Oh yes, I know about that. You're a paradox, Ifan. And who's responsible?
He stares deeply into your eyes.
Me.
As you gaze into his deep green eyes, you feel your whole consciousness following. You notice every shade of stone within, from iridescent emerald to flecks of grey. The verdant pools encompass you. There is nothing else, nothing but Ralik's eyes. Suddenly, a vision coalesces. You see yourself, the bright and zealous crusader you once were. You are breathless, scouting through deep forest. You are racing with a message of utmost importance for the elven people. You make it to civilization. Too late. An explosion devastates the beating heart of the elven city. Ancestor trees thud to earth, strong trunks crack even louder than the horrified screams. A fetid miasma pulls the air. Gasping on the fumes, you are dragged to safety by a wolf who appears out of nowhere. He pulls you free, clawing an elven woman who gets in your way. She collapses, wheezing under the choking dust. She clutches your ankle with her hand, gripped tight as a vice. As you reach down to help, her hand falls away, lifeless. Through the haze, the death fog, you see her dead eyes, black and staring. Through her lifeless eyes you fall. You see them, Legion. The thousands slain that day, those you were too late to save. The hundreds slain by your own hands since then, mountains of corpses and rivers of blood. You see the motherless children left behind, the scarred slaves sold to the highest bidder. Choices you made, contracts you took. The army of the lost gaze at you silently, their loathing and reproach palpable. Encased in pitch black of deadest night, you know not which way is up and which way down. Vertigo spins your senses as you see the consequences of each choice you made, one damning choice after another. The guilt you tried to escape from lies here, bare, throbbing. It was waiting for you here all along, in this filthy chamber at the base of your rotten heart. Your pain pulses, ebbs and flows, undamned.
You can take it. You deserve to suffer. Look deeper into Ralik's eyes.
You widen your eyes, striving to see further, but a stinging slap drags you back to reality. Ralik stands before you, gimlet eyes hard now. He slaps you again, harder.
Pity won't bring them back. Nothing can bring them back. But you can yet come back yourself. Long ago, you turned your face away from all that is light. Turned back to me, and you could yet save others. Could save all.
Ralik slaps you again, full force. He stares into your eyes with challenge.
Take a step forward.
That's what I'm looking for. That crusader courage. The courage to stand up for what's right.
Ralik punches you full in the face. You feel a familiar sensation as the delicate bones of your oft-broken nose give way.
Lunge at him.
He catches your arm in one vice-like fist and dangles you above the ground. He laughs and shakes you like a rag doll. You feel rage surge within you, barely containable. Feel it electrifying the blood in your veins, pumping through you. You feel like yourself.
Twist out of his grasp. Kick right where you know will topple him.
Ralik smirks and rises to his feet, wiping your blood from his now scarlet armor.
That's it, Ben Mesd. That fierce spark of zeal is why I chose you, why I saved you from that sinking ship. You tried to hide it behind apathy, but the light shines through. Embrace who you really are. Why did you become a crusader in the first place? You heard my call, not Lucian's. So fight for me. I need you. The Seven didn't abandon Midlong. We are trapped here, powerless and squabbling. You, ruthless son of humanity, you will be my champion in the world. You are my God-woken.
Roll the word around in your mouth. God-woken. It's got a surprisingly nice ring to it.
I will grant you my blessing, fierce wolf. It will aid you on the path out of this place. And then, we will have words again.
Ralik steps towards you, solemn of face and bearing. He raises his right hand and presses it upon your heart. A surge of warmth and well-being rushes through you.
You may have noticed I've tried to help you on your journey. I blessed the water beneath your feet so that it would aid you. Now, you have the power for yourself. And this is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them. Only one like you can wield them. Now go, God-woken. Go with my blessing. Let it remind you always of who you are. My crusader.
Ask what exactly he expects you to do.
In time, I will ask more of you. But now, your goal is simple. Survive. Escape the grasp of those who would imprison you, who would break you, who would limit your true potential. My child, you and you alone must rise above the reach of minor people. But before you lope away, let me ask. You are traveling with company, yes?
Nod. You've made some unlikely friends.
Be aware, they are not your friends. They are your rivals. They are God-woken too. But you are the one who will be a god, none other. Keep your claws sharpened and your eyes bright and keen. See everything from two sides. Take the wolf that saved you, that follows you so dutifully. Watch him. The wildest animals often turn and bite the hand that feeds them. Oh, and Losa, that pretty little one you think of at night. Kill her now, and be done with it. Until we meet again, my child.
Well, that was interesting. He wants us to kill Losa.
Blessed branches, we've returned. Every second we spent in that hellish place was a second the great acorn drew closer. Interesting. You thought it was interesting, Quercus? Do you know what's interesting? Watching an entire world be strangled by the roots of doom, seeing the giant races fall like leaves in frost, hearing the screams of... I don't know what you're talking about. I am perfectly calm. Anyway, as interesting as that cold hellscape might have been, it does not solve our problem. We are here to stop the Great Acorn, not hide from it.
Saving the world is no small task. Ask how you can help.
It's already helping more than it knows, Quercus. The fate of the world depends on our ability to research a spell to protect Rivellon. We need to travel across the land, gathering clues, experimenting with different magics, and come up with a spell to shield Rivellon from its doom. Of course, for us to do that, we must avoid being eaten by the servants of the Great Acorn. And that is where our big, foolhardy shield comes in.
Excellent. You have enough to worry about. Let him take care of the Grand Nut.
Grand Nut? It's the Great Acorn! Quercus! Quercus! Savage the wretched giant for its blasphemy! No! I am not going to share our magic with it. I don't care how much you like it, Quercus. Very well, I cannot give it magic, but I can teach it how to forge one spell, if it will keep you happy. One!
The squirrel reaches out, touching your foot with a delicate paw, and you feel your mind open. You can see the forces of magic and see how to combine them in a new way.
There. Maybe now your pet will have a fighting chance. Yes, yes, you're welcome. But can we please get on and save the world now?
Erratic Wisp skill book. Yay. Excelente. Alright. Progress. So that does it for Brachus Rex's dungeon. And we'll end the episode here. As always, people, if you like the content on the channel, please subscribe. If you leave a question or a comment, I will answer it. I thank everybody for watching. I will see you next time on Let's Play.